So to make a value scale, all you need is your sketchbook or sketchbook paper, cartridge paper. We're going to do a blue one today. So I've got blue, acrylic paint, white and black. Black could be optional, but we're going to use it today. You've got your paint palette. Yeah, the brush that you want is something like a flathead brush, something like this, where it's easy to paint just one kind of small square. I'll show you that in a moment. And of course your water pot. Okay, we also need some kitchen roll or a paper towel. So start by turning your book landscape, like that. And we're going to do a value scale just across the top here. There's different ways to do it. You can start at white and make it more steadily more blue, 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 all the way to black. Or you can start in the middle. Start in the middle with blue and make it lighter, going to white that way. Or you could, and then come back to the middle and blue again and start to make it black. Okay, so I'm going to try doing it that way. So we don't need the water just yet. The water is only to clean your brush when you're done. So I'm going to pick up a bit of blue, and in the middle, just near the join of the page, just going to make kind of like one square. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint that blue into one of the spare palettes there, like that. And then I'm going to get just a little bit of white, add it in, and make it a tiny bit lighter, and then paint another slightly lighter blob right next to it. And then keep going. A bit more white, tiny bit lighter. And as you can see, I'm just doing kind of really small squares like that. And what I'm trying to do is get it as light as possible before I reach the end of the page. It doesn't have to be completely white by the time you reach the end of the page, but as light as you can. Okay, as you can see, I've got it quite light. That last one's probably the same as the one next to it. And if that's happening, what you can do is get your paper towel, your kitchen roll, just wipe off the paint that's on your brush because there's too much blue there. And then just get a little bit of white on your brush and go over it, and it will lighten it a bit further. There you go, like that. Okay, so then you need to clean your brush. I always say to children, wipe your paint off on a paper towel, and then paint the bottom of your water pot with it, and then wipe the excess water off on the side of the water pot, and then squeeze any remaining water out onto your paper towel, like that. So you want your brush as dry as you can. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going in this direction. We're trying to make it darker. So that's as light as we've got. And now we're trying to work towards black. So what we do is we'll get blue back on the brush, like so. And I'll paint that blue into here. And then I need to get a bit of black on there to try and make it a little bit darker. If it's gone too dark straight away, put a bit more blue in. Okay, so it should get a tiny bit darker. Good. Right, as you can see, it's gone from nearly white to almost black. And so that's a value scale going from white to black through blue. So now what you do is turn your book back this way. I'm going to, once again, clean my brush in the same way. So now what you do is you could just make a very, very simple landscape scene. So I'm going to start, we'll have sky up here. I'm going to just put some mountains in like this. Okay, and then in front of those mountains, I'll just have a kind of a hill in the distance there. And here you could put some building shapes in if you wanted to. You could have another hill, which I think I will do. You could have a tree line if you wanted to, so lots of trees. You have to bear in mind you've got a thick brush, so if you choose to do buildings, they can be quite difficult to paint. So what we're trying to do now is we're trying to use what we've just learned to try and make a value landscape. So you start off with your lightest tone in the distance. So I'm going to get white back on the brush. And remember, my brush is clean now. I'm going to go back to this pot, this one, which was white and blue. This one is blue and black, isn't it? And I'm going to make a really light tone here, a light value. And that's going to be my sky. So add a bit of blue in. A bit too dark, a bit more white in. If you run out of paint, you've got to try and mix the same tone again. So get a bit of white, tiny bit of blue. You only need the tiniest bit of blue to make it darker. You could stop there, or you could add in some black. So, there you go. You're trying to give the impression that one thing is in front of the other. The mountains are in front of the sky. This hill's in front, and then this one. This could be trees, could be buildings, couldn't it? And same here, could be trees or buildings. So, looking forward to see what you can do.